Hello and welcome to NDTV. Now, tensions have erupted in Bengal's Bahela over putting up party's flag for a pre-scheduled political program. Clashes have been reported between the BJP and TMC supporters. Now, the allegation is that the BJP supporters vandalized the local Trinamool councillor's office. In retaliation, the Trinamool was accused of setting BJP's stage on fire. The incident sparked tension in the area. BJP leader Biplab Dev, who is also the co-in-charge of the state of Bengal, was supposed to speak at this event. BJP workers and supporters were putting up flags for the meeting. The allegation, in fact, leveled by the BJP is that Trinamool members obstructed them from putting up flags, and then BJP, in fact, BJP workers went on to vandalize the local Trinamool councillor's office, and in retaliation, the stage was set on fire. Huge controversy in poll-bound West Bengal after a BJP leader issued a chilling threat against Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee. A police complaint has now been filed against BJP leader Sanjay Das after he was seen calling for beheading of Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee, referring to her as an old witch. Senior BJP leader Dilip Ghosh can also be seen brandishing a sword at the event in South 24 Parganas. Have massive fury, not just among the political parties, but also among the voters in West Bengal. Trinamool leaders have hit back, accusing Prime Minister Modi of normalizing misogyny and pointing to his past catcalls against Mamata Banerjee. TMC has accused BJP and said BJP's Paribartan Sabha, their Vice President Sanjay Das, handed a sword to Dilip Ghosh, branded Chief Minister a witch, and openly called for her beheading. A written police complaint has been lodged by the TMC workers against the BJP leaders. Internal cracks within the Congress party are growing deeper as more leaders are coming out and criticizing the party leadership. Rashid Alvi has said Muslim leaders are being ignored. Now, former Congress leader Shakil Ahmed, who was also a union minister in the past, says there is no internal democracy in the Congress, claiming that Rahul Gandhi, what he says, is the final word. Ahmed, who resigned in anger ahead of the Bihar elections, alleged Rahul Gandhi is uncomfortable with senior leaders.
आपने जो एक बात लिखी अपने एक फेसबुक पोस्ट में कि आपने कांग्रेस छोड़ने का फैसला राहुल गांधी के काम करने के तौर तरीके से दुखी होकर किया। तौर तरीके में ऐसे क्या गड़बड़ी है राहुल गांधी के जो आपको पार्टी ही छोड़नी पड़ गई?
मैंने जिस दिन अनाउंस किया 16 अप्रैल 2023 को कि मैं अब जिंदगी में कोई चुनाव नहीं लड़ूंगा, उस दिन भी मैंने खड़गे साहब को लिखना तो पड़ता है खड़गे साहब को भी, क्योंकि टेक्निकली वही अध्यक्ष हैं, मालिक राहुल गांधी जी हैं। खड़गे साहब ने तो खुद भी बयान दिया अभी कि हमको सोनिया गांधी राहुल गांधी जी ने बनाया है, तो मालिक राहुल गांधी जी है। लेकिन टेक्निकली तो मैंने उनको लिखा, उसमें भी लिखा कि मैं किसी दूसरी पार्टी में नहीं जा रहा हूं, मैं जिंदगी भर कोई दूसरी पार्टी ज्वाइन नहीं करूंगा, मेरी जिंदगी का आखिरी वोट कांग्रेस को मिलेगा, और मेरे कहने से अगर तब तक 5 आदमी भी वोट करेंगे तो वो कांग्रेस को करेंगे। राहुल जी से मेरी जो शिकायत है वो ये है कि वो कंटेम्प्ट है उनको सीनियर लोगों के लिए, वो थ्रेटन फील करते हैं। उनको अगर ये राहुल गांधी जी के पास, मैं अक्सर कहता हूं कि उनके पास किसी नेता की, कांग्रेस की सबसे बड़ी शिकायत ये है कि ये अपने इलाके में पॉपुलर है, वो उससे उनको ये
अच्छा, जो नेता अपने इलाके में पॉपुलर उससे राहुल गांधी,
हाँ बिल्कुल, या तो वो चमकदार हो, शशि थरूर और चिदम्बरम जी और सचिन पायलट जी जैसे हों जो आकर्षित करने वाले हों, उनसे उनको थ्रेटन फील करते हैं, और जो जमीन पर मजबूत है उससे वो थ्रेटन फील करते हैं।
देखिए, राहुल गांधी से मिलना इतना आसान नहीं है, और जहां तक सवाल इस बात का है कि नसीमुद्दीन साहब ने इस्तीफा दे दिया, ये चिंता की बात है। भारतीय जनता पार्टी कांग्रेस पे मुस्लिम अपीजमेंट का इल्ज़ाम लगाती है, और उसका ये नतीजा है कि कांग्रेस पार्टी मुस्लिम लीडरशिप को लगातार नजरअंदाज करती है।
शकील साहब, इतना आपको कांग्रेस ने दिया, कम से कम ऐसा तो मत बोलिए। आदमी छोड़ के भी चला जाता है, अलग भी हो जाता है, लेकिन जिस आदमी ने आपको दिया हो, जिस पार्टी ने आपको दिया हो, आप उनके लिए ऐसा बोलेंगे? और इसमें कोई दो राय नहीं है। कांग्रेस का मतलब तो गांधी परिवार ही है। कांग्रेस के अंदर उनके बिना कुछ भी नहीं है। बताइए क्या रह जाएगा? जो केंद्रीय सेंटर पॉइंट है वो कांग्रेस के अंदर गांधी फैमिली है, उसमें कोई दो राय नहीं है। इसे कोई छुपाना चाहे, मानना चाहे, न मानना चाहे, है तो ये सच्चाई यही है।
कांग्रेस पर जो राहुल गांधी ने कब्जा किया है और जिस तरह चाटुकारों को आगे बढ़ाया है, तो कम से कम एक आवाज बुलंद करने का काम बिहार के शकील अहमद साहब ने किया। बहुत उनको मुबारकबाद। और उन्होंने नीतीश कुमार जी की भी तारीफ की है। उन्होंने कहा कि राहुल गांधी किस तरह स्थापित नेताओं को दूर रखते हैं, स्थापित नेताओं को किनारे करते हैं। तो ये सब बात कही है। और राहुल गांधी डरते हैं क्योंकि वो कोई भी अपने से टैलेंटेड व्यक्ति को नहीं चाहते हैं। इसलिए शशि थरूर हो या शकील अहमद हो, किसी को अपने सामने वो नहीं आगे बढ़ने देना चाहते हैं। ये बात साफ तौर पे कही है।
There is no end to tensions over United States President Donald Trump's Greenland obsession after Donald Trump's big claim of a special Greenland deal from the stage of the World Economic Forum in Davos. The Prime Minister of Greenland stated that he is not aware of any such deal. Let me now take you to this report which has been filed by my colleague Vishnu Shom from Greenland.
For the last several weeks, Greenland has been on the international headlines. We've done several programs about Greenland, and the fact that the US President Donald Trump says, come what may, Greenland has to be a part of the United States. It's all very well to be reporting about this from thousands of kilometers away and doing discussion programs as I've done, but I felt that it was essential, almost critical, to be over here in Greenland, in Nuuk, to give you, a viewer, the idea or a real idea of what the situation here is. People in Greenland are very clear. They don't want to be American citizens. It's not just about potential American military might, which Donald Trump appears to have dialed down on during his conversation in Davos a few days back, but they don't want to be bought either. Their sovereignty is not for sale. Why is Greenland so significant? What is its strategic importance? What are its mineral wealth? What is it all about? And mostly, what exactly are people over here saying? In this tiny, tiny town of Nuuk, the capital of Greenland, where I'm at, I'll be talking to several people to give you ground reports on a story making international headlines. This is Vishnu Shom in Nuuk for NDTV.
Earlier, during the World Economic Forum in Davos, US President Donald Trump promised he would not use force to take over Greenland. Listen in.
We probably won't get anything unless I decide to use excessive strength and force where we would be, frankly, unstoppable. But I won't do that. Okay? Now everyone's saying, oh, good. That's probably the biggest statement I made, because people thought I would use force. I don't have to use force. I don't want to use force. I won't use force.
European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen on 20th January 2026 said the European Union is close to finalizing a free trade agreement with India. She is in India and also met External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar.
The European Union's top leadership is in Delhi for what could be a historic moment in India's trade diplomacy. Just days after hinting at a mother of all deals at Davos, European Union Commission President Ursula von der Leyen is in India, amid strong signals that the long-pending India-EU free trade agreement is on the brink of a breakthrough.
We are on the cusp of a historic trade agreement. Indeed, some call it the mother of all deals.
If announced at Tuesday's India-EU summit, the FTA would mark a major milestone, deepening India's economic ties with one of the world's largest trading blocs and potentially boosting exports at a time when global trade barriers are rising. Once signed and ratified by the European Parliament, a process that could take up to a year, the agreement is expected to significantly expand bilateral trade, including giving relief to labor-intensive sectors like textile and jewelry, which have been hit by steep tariffs in the US since late August. For India, this would be the 9th trade agreement in the past 4 years, signaling an aggressive push for market access as tariff walls rise worldwide. For European Union, the pact offers supply chain diversification away from China and access to India's fast-growing $4.2 trillion economy. Tariff cuts unlock opportunities in automobiles, machinery, aircraft and chemicals, sector where European exporters face high duties in India. But it's not yet a done deal. Sensitive areas like agriculture have been kept out. Alongside trade, both sides are also preparing to unveil a defence framework pact and a broader strategic agenda. India and the European Union have been strategic partners since 2004, with bilateral trade in goods and services crossing $190 billion last year. Bureau Report, NDTV.
Meanwhile, federal immigration officers shot and killed a 37-year-old man in the United States. I'll get to that story after a very short break. Federal immigration officers shot and killed a 37-year-old man on Saturday in Minneapolis, drawing hundreds of protesters in a city still reeling from another fatal ICE shooting earlier this month. Police said details of the shooting are limited, but the man was a lawful gun owner. The Department of Homeland Security said the officers fired defensive shots after he approached with a handgun and resisted disarmament. Though videos show he was helping a woman who was being attacked by ICE agents, a video shows Alex Petty is seen holding his phone while trying to help a woman who had been pushed to the ground by an immigration officer. The officer sprays both of them with tear gas. Saturday's shooting occurred just over a mile from where Rene Good was killed on January 7th, sparking ongoing protests across Twin Cities. On Sunday, around 1,000 people rallied for Alex Petty, an ICU nurse, chanting "Resisting ICE is not a crime, observing ICE is not a crime," highlighting local efforts to monitor immigration enforcement. Minnesota has become the focal point of U.S. federal immigration enforcement following 2 fatal shootings and a mass enforcement push under Operation Metro Surge, which has brought thousands of federal agents into the state.
I have a strong statement here for our federal government. Minnesota's justice system will have the last word on this. It must have the last word. As I told the White House in no uncertain terms this morning, the federal government cannot be trusted to lead this investigation. The state will handle it, period. Donald Trump, I call on you once again. Remove this force from Minnesota. They are sowing chaos and violence. We've seen deadly violence from federal agents again and again and again.
Our message is really clear and straightforward. We need ICE out of Minnesota. They are not making us more safe. As the tragic killing this morning, as people saw it viscerally on that video, shows us, they are making us less safe.
During this operation, an individual approached U.S. Border Patrol agents with a 9mm semi-automatic handgun. The agents attempted to disarm the individual, but he violently resisted. Fearing for his life and the lives and safety of fellow officers, a Border Patrol agent fired defensive shots. Medics on the scene immediately delivered medical aid to the subject, but the subject was pronounced dead at the scene. The suspect also had 2 loaded magazines and no accessible ID. This looks like a situation where an individual wanted to do maximum damage and massacre law enforcement.
Veteran journalist Mark Tully has passed away at the age of 90. His death occurred at Max Hospital in New Delhi, where he had been undergoing treatment Born in Kolkata in 1935, Tully served as the chief of the bureau for the BBC in New Delhi for over 2 decades. His reportage included wars between India and Pakistan, the emergency, riots and Bhopal gas tragedy, and Operation Blue Star. A recipient of multiple honours, Tully was knighted in 2002 and awarded Padma Bhushan by the Indian government in 2005. Tully has written several books on India, including No Full Stops in India, India in Slow Motion, and Heart of India. Tully also connected with audience through radio. He was the presenter of a popular BBC Radio 4 program, Something Understood. His work leaves an enduring legacy on India-related narratives reflecting the depth and the diversity of the nation he explored in his writings.